Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of an Aussie farming in the Philippines. Well, sad news to pass on, I'm afraid. Very sad news. One of our subscribers contacted us yesterday, and on Facebook Messenger. We have a lot of subscribers chat with us on Facebook Messenger a lot and have live chats and normal chats, as you can say. Garry Reid, that's Garry, G-A-R-R-Y, Reid, R-E-I-D. He actually messaged us and said his mother, the mother of his two daughters, is in hospital and she's had a bad reaction to the coronavirus injection. And she's in intensive care on life support and not looking good. So we weren't too pleased to hear the news, I tell you now. It's like sad news to hear. Then the next message we got from him was his two daughters have to make up the decision to turn off their mother's life support machine. And that's very sad news, I tell you. Very sad news to have the two girls. They're not young girls, they're not little toddlers or anything like that. They're young women. And to have that decision to turn off your mother's life support machine is pretty horrific. I know myself because I had that with my son when he had an accident as well. He was only 14 months old, and we were in the hospital for 4 days, and a team of doctors around us all the time, taking him out, giving him brain scans and all that. And for them to come back and give you all the updates and speak to you, it's sort of like a shock. It's a shock, and it's a hell of a decision to make, you know, for a parent to turn off their own child's life support machine, one that they've raised, looked after, and you know, it's all going to be at a switch of a button. So we did that, and lots of hard thinking and lots of talking with the doctors. So we turned off his life support machine. We sat in the intensive care ward to have separate rooms in intensive care with one nurse per patient, and they took the bed out, put a big leather armchair in. I sat down on it, we put the son in my arms, and we removed the machine. And yeah, it's pretty horrific what happens. So to listen to the last breaths that my son took, I'll remember forever. Seriously, I'll remember forever. But I was lucky I was actually able to sit there with him, cuddle him and hold him while he passed away. And the sad thing was when Garry messaged us and he said that the mother of his two daughters has passed. It was quite stressful, quite shocking actually, you know, to know what them girls are going to be going through. Like for the two girls to make that decision and authorise and be with their mother when she passed is very stressful. There's goods to it to say, well, at least they were with her, to hold her, to talk to her while she passed. And it's very sad news. So to Wendy, rest in peace. All your pain is over, and you had two beautiful daughters looking after you. Two beautiful daughters that were there, that you carried, give birth to, fed, changed their nappies, picked them up when they fell over, and gave them heaps of loving. So Wendy, you're a wonderful mother to your two daughters. The two daughters are Jessica and Kelly. Be strong, girls. Be very strong. The next few days are going to be very hard for you. Very hard. And for you too, Garry. Very hard indeed. But as I say, once you've experienced something so emotional yourself, always think about the good things. Don't think about the last 2-3 days in the hospital. Don't think that is it. Think about the whole life that you had with your mother, the whole life you had. Think about all those good times for when you were a little kid and you had your birthday parties, and when she picked you up when you cut yourself and she put a band-aid on your knee, and all the smiles and happiness. Think of those things. Just remember, she did live, and she lived the life. So please remember that life. Remember all the good memories that you had together. One of the hard things that I had when my son passed was that people didn't want to mention my son's name. They said, oh no, don't mention his son, it will, you know, hurt him and cry and all this type of stuff. It actually hurt me more that people wanted to blank him out. You know, people who had helped raise him with us You know, they said, oh, we'll pack up his room when you come back, so we'll tell you don't have to say anything. No, that's our job. That's our job. We fold up all his clothes, we fold up all that, we do all that. Because he lived, he was a person. So just remember, Jessica and Kelly, there's a lot of good years you had with your mama. A lot of good years, okay? Remember all those times that you had with Wendy. And Garry too, sorry to hear about this news, mate. It's very touching. And I'll thank all of our subscribers who share their life with us on our farm. We're not just a YouTube try to make money YouTube channel. It is a farm with a lot of family members that are on the other channels that react with us all the time. So Garry, thank you for sharing that with us. So Jessica and Kelly, remember the good times. The next days ahead, you have to be very strong. There's a lot of organising to do, and it's just a shock. Now, in closing, guys, this is not the first person that we know personally, or people near us, that have passed due to this coronavirus injection. Even Claude's sister-in-law passed away when she had her first needle as well, and many, many people around. So I'm not saying, no, don't have it, don't get me wrong. But what I am saying is a lot of people that we know in our district and in the Philippines and around the world, these sad things have happened to them. Very sad. So Jessica and Kelly and Garry, our hearts go out to you. Rest in peace, Wendy. Rest in peace. And thank you very much for sharing it with us, Garry. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys.